Right, I'm in my Chevy Caprice, trying to sort out a few things ready for an MOT. The main thing is the windscreen wipers. I've just been cutting all the wires and bits and pieces. The switch, I've changed the switch again, but it's inside the column there is a switch. So the term switch is a bit dubious. Basically, in the column behind this, there is a switch. But to get it out, it's screwed in at the top, so you have to take all the steering wheel off and everything. So the wiper switch, like I mentioned before, is only an indicator switch at the moment, so I've still got the wipers on a single switch. Now I bought this switch from Summit Racing in America, and I thought that on the motor there were multiple feeds for the power. But it turns out there's not. This switch here must be like a rheostat. You know, it's changing the voltage. It lowers the voltage, so it changes the speed of the wiper. So you've got high and low. But it's in the switch. There's only one feed going to the actual motor, which is really irritating. I can't find a low feed. I had a wiring diagram which is supposed to show, and it shows high and low, but it doesn't match what I've got under the engine. Let me have a look. This is the windscreen wiper motor. It's only got 3 wires. The purple one is a positive, the black is a negative, and the yellow seems to be going here. So I'm assuming it's a park. What these other wires do, I don't know. Well, that does either. And then over here, we've got the screen wash, which I've already tested with my power probe, and it works, but there's no way to operate it from the cabin at the moment. I have ordered a proper workshop manual, but it hasn't come yet, and the MOT's run out of this, and I want to use it. So I'm not sure what's going on in here. And there was I've just had a pig of a job just running a cable, this red cable. I tucked it under here through the ceiling. You can just see it there. I've had to take all the seat out to get it in. I'm going to tuck it under the trim and underneath the door things. I've loosened them all off, and then change this. Haven't been able to identify what this does, so I'm going to put it in that place. This is going to be the rear fog light. I've undone all the trim, just got to feed the red through. Yesterday I wired my, if you remember, I had a little single switch. This is a switch I got from Summit. Now I've got the screen washers working. Turned out there was a fault with the screen washer pump, but anyway, that's all okay now, so that's all working. Not sure if I'm going to use these things yet. So that's a bit more of an update. Let's say running the wire is a pain because you have to take all the seat out. The back bit is held on with the seatbelt mountings in 2 places. And this is just held in with springs at the front there. So once I run that through, I will earth the lamp at the back. I should be able to get it. I'm going to put it in the middle somewhere. Right here. Let's check the wires through, but I think it is. That's up there. It's not long enough. I need to pull a bit more through. Bugger. Alright, just pulled a bit more through. You can see it goes up through there. I'm going to tuck it all away, of course. Let's make sure that's enough. I think it is. Yeah, it's going to be enough now. Look what else I found under here. tow bar electrics, and hoses for air shocks, but I'm not sure if they're connected or not. Or maybe it used to have air shocks. I don't know. Just put the back in, held in with the 2 seat belts, these ones, the main ones. They hold it in, and then there's a hook here, big one there, and one down there. Not too bad. And this bit just pushes under and then clips into those. Sweet, let's get it in. Alright, I'm messing around with my wipers again. I can get it to work on 1 speed, and what I did was I bought like a 12 volt dimmer. Only thing is it didn't work, and I bought another one. This one, it did work, and then it started smoking, so obviously it's not up to it. So I need to find some other way. The good news is though that the wipers are working now, and I can press the button screen wash. The only problem is I've only got 1 speed and I have to find somewhere to mount it. I was thinking about putting it in here. I think I haven't really got anywhere else to put it, and oh well, that's what I'm going to do. Right, I showed you before I run a wire. I've run an earth wire for my lamp, which I'm going to mount here somewhere. See if it works. Yay! On this switch, it should be off now. Yep. Another job done. Right. Bolted the bracket on with a Tek screw. Put the stuff in. I'm just going to tidy the wires up behind, put the lid on, and that's done. And there it is. Just going to turn it on. Ta-da! Right, I've decided to fit a piece of wood where this vent was, and then mount the washer switch in that. So just going to draw around it and then cut it out. Alright, it's took a bit longer than I expected. This is the piece of wood, and I had to chisel out a recess because the wood was too thick. Anyway, now I'm going to varnish it and see how good it make it look. Not a very good colour. I thought it was going to be darker than that. Never mind, let's give it a coat. Back in my Chevy trying to finish the stuff. Some new switches and things have come. Now originally there was a vent like that in here, and what I've done is I've got an aftermarket switch and tried to, well, I used a bit of wood like I tried to match the dash, not very well, but anyway. I'm going to push that in there, and there it is, fitted in place. Almost looks factory. However, this was my fog light I made, but I'm not super happy with it. I'm thinking about changing it. I got this one, which might look a bit better. I'm going to look and see if I can wire it up or not, which I've got to take all this off. Also, this is the boot release, It's all broken. I want to put another momentary switch on similar to this one. This is the one for the horn. So let's have a go at that. Right, this is the switch I put in before, and it does have a light on it, which you can see when it's out, but you can't really see it what's in the dash. And if I can swap it over to this, this should illuminate. So I just got to figure out how to do it. Okay, I figured it out. So I've got it wired up. So now the switch lights up when it's on, off when it's on. So that'll look really good in there. But I think it's a bigger hole. But I'll use my Christmas tree step bit to open up the hole a bit and then put that one in. Much more professional. Let's do that. Okay, it's in, on, off, on, off. It's on, off, off. Much better than this. Even looks professional. Just put a sticker on that, say horn. Now I've got to look at this and see what I can do. I've got another button like this for the boot release. First I'm going to see if I can glue it in. Tried out my new glue gun. And it's worked, it's in place. So I don't need to change the switch. Excellent. Just need to tidy up all this wiring now. Lovely. One more thing, I'm thinking about taking this stick out because obviously it's confusing. It shows all the washer wiper things that don't work. So I'm going to take it out. I've modified another one. Obviously it just works as an indicator. I've took the sleeve off and I've just taped it at the end, so it would just be like an indicator. So let me see if I can do that. Right, I've taken the original switch out and put this other one in, so that it just has the indicator functions and the headlight. But I'll keep this because obviously if I get to fix the switch, which is in there, right pane in the neck, then it'll work. But this looks better because it's not confusing. So now we've got the rear fog light, we've got the horn, and we've got the wipers there. I've run out of cable ties, so I need to get some more tomorrow to fix this monstrosity down here, then I can put it all back together again. So I'll show you tomorrow when it's all buttoned up. This is the next day. I've got some cable ties. I've put all the plastic back on best I can. So it's pretty much all there now. Sweating. Except for there's a bracket to weld on the exhaust. I've got another bracket coming. And it hasn't come yet. But inside the car pretty much done. So practically ready for the MOT now. Got to take everything out, clean it all up, front and back, and fix this exhaust bracket, which I don't know if you can see. Someone Bugger welded it a long time ago, it wasn't me. And it needs doing again because it's banging backwards and forwards. So that's a job for another day. Alright, I'm underneath the Caprice, and I've had a closer look at this so-called bracket that was sort of half welded on. It's supposed to go between there and there. I bought some brackets which I feel will work. So let me try and fit one of these on and then I'll show you if it does. Right, I've got the bracket on. Just trying to adjust it now. Okay, it's fixed. I should probably cut that stud off, but I'm not going to do for the moment in case I need to change the rubber. But I found something very interesting. It's got a limited slip diff, which is unusual. Yeah, it's supposed to be quite unusual, like the sporty version's got it, or the police cars. This was not a police car, but it says on there, limited slip diff. Doesn't say what the ratio is, unfortunately. It is a 10-bolt rear, not a 12, but anyway, that's cool. Close look at that rubbish bracket that was there. Like I say, this is the other part of it. Look at the welding. Someone just welded that on to this pipe, and it's not good. Getting the rear wheel off on a 1992, 91 to 93 I think it is, has got this low fender. I undid the shock to try and drop the axle down, but that didn't work. I had to let all the air out of the tyre to get it out. What a pain in the arse. If you know another way of doing it, let me know, because there is no room at all. Never mind, I can get a look inside the drum now. By the way, this wheel has come off of a 92 Buick. I think they had alloy wheels on this before. You can see I've had to let all the air out. Okay, the drum came off very easily. There's a fair bit of meat on the shoes, but I think they could do with some adjustment. How you adjust it, I'm not sure. I can't see where the wheel is. Oh, it's on the bottom, I think. Let's have a look. Okay, the adjuster's here. There's a slot in the back. You can see my finger. You can adjust this. I'm not sure which way you adjust it. I think if you push it upwards, it pulls the springs out, but need to have a look because they weren't very tight, so I think that's why the parking brake isn't very good. So I'm going to have a look. Okay, well, it seems to be fairly good. I'm just going to put the wheel back on and see what they say. Fun and games, put the wheel back on. Got the wheel covers on there, looks a lot better all round. Sweating, been underneath, you can see. Should be ready for a MOT now. I just need to clean out the interior, put everything away and book it in. Wish me luck. Just come back from the MOT and passed. Excellent. See you on the road.